Welcome back to the Call of Cthulhu. Last time, we got brutalized by the Shambler. But I think I know what we got to do. We got to go grab the dagger. We got to go to that room. So where we start off, we are facing the main, what Pierce called the public entrance to the gallery. So we're facing that. We got to head to the room on the right where the Shambler's hanging out near. So we got to go over there. And we got to smash through the case, grab the dagger, and I'm assuming we have to go hit the painting with it. That's the only other option. I thought we had to go grab the dagger and hit the, I checked the thing because there was a prompt over it, and we grabbed the dagger, and I thought we had to go attack the Shambler with it. So I was trying to sneak up on him, you turn around, we were dead. So I'm assuming that's not the case. So the only other thing in the room that I would imagine you would have to interact with is the painting. So we're going to give that a try. So, I did the same thing I did last time. I didn't know where it saved. I didn't know if it saved the checkpoints, and I didn't feel like going to collect all the stuff again. So I left it on the game over screen here, and the PS5 went to sleep. And we're just starting from where we finished off last time. So let's get it. Hopefully this goes well. So let's skip.
What the hell was that?
Oh boy. Go, 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 go. That didn't go like I'd hoped. Very, very, very sensitive enemy here. Excuse me, sir. Can you please take a hike? I don't trust it. Oh, that was some timing. Okay, so we gotta go. I think it's that case over there. Okay.
Damn. This dagger looks different.
Oh boy. Okay, okay. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. So we'll wait for this guy to take a hike. I hate sequences like this where you have to like run and hide from stuff. Freaking terrifying, man. Oh crap. Let's just go for it. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Oh, get it! Get it! Nice! Get wrecked, you nerd! Ah, you got wrecked. Oh boy, that's not good. That's not good at all. I would not recommend... I would not recommend stabbing yourself in the hand. That was intense.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
Well, it's a good thing nobody actually
You didn't
cares
say
about
anything.
your opinion.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm.
Cool story.
Did I miss something more interesting?
Yes.
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
None of your
It
business,
saved
actually.
my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it.
Okay,
From
can
what
we
I saw in
can
the
we go
ledgers,
now? I'm sick
it
of
was
listening
him
to
who
you
sold it
already.
to Sanders.
This is the first time I'm hearing from this lady today, and I'm already like,
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
cool story. I don't really care about what you're doing. Hands down, one of the most unlikable characters I've seen in a game ever. Is this woman crying, staring at a picture of herself on the wall? What a freaking weirdo. All right, chapter 7. The Shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight... What do you mean after a hard fight? We grabbed a dagger, hit a couple times, and stabbed a painting. This game is so full of it. They can't even get their own story straight. It was like back in... what chapter was that when they said... oh, what's the cop's name? Bradley? When they were saying that the cop was trying to arrest Charles, or is it Charles Hawkins, the other guy? The guy with the octopus arm when we were down in the tunnels. The chapter thing said that he tried to arrest him. He didn't try to arrest him. He confronted him and blasted him in the head. That's not an arrest. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the Nameless Bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. Cool. Anybody home? Oh boy. Oh boy,
Where's the
that's a lot of
bookseller?
books. I mean, it makes sense. It's a bookstore.
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams.
Ah,
It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
this practical. Man, English, can you do it? Seriously, man. This practical work written by Sigmund Freud for psychologists, plural, describes the techniques of analytical interpretation of dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. Okay. Oh, it's too bad we couldn't look at these and get some medical insights. Those are very medical looking things. Darkwater History by Harry Campbell, Volume 2. A Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood. Okay, so that's why he's important here. He's like the founder, I guess. settled on the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They believed it was because of the peculiar color of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors. They appeared at the beginning of the 18th century. Cool. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of things to look at in here.
Another volume of the
volume
Reverend's
4.
wife's diary.
The pastor declared himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband. What? That's such a weird way to phrase it. They should have just said his wife tried to reason with him. But in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth. I think we've gotten every volume of that so far. We've been pretty thorough with our search, except for those sequences where you have to run away from stuff. I haven't really done much looking in that because they send you into like panicky, shaky screen mode. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection, Book 2. As precise and illustrated with as much detail as the first volume, this book focuses on healing surgeries specific to malformations and motor disorders. Ah, what do we have here?
What
Yes.
does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
Oh, this is another one of these. This collection catalogs and classifies creatures that I had never heard of. Divinities from the stars, creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to the other. We just saw that happen. It presents itself as a reference work on the bestiary of the myth. Interesting. Without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. That's an incomplete sentence. A very incomplete sentence. What's the subject? I think it should have been, it presents itself as the reference work on the bestiary of the myth, comma, without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. That's more proofreading stuff they should have done. Its pages are covered with phantasmagorical illustrations. There's a word for you, phantasmagorical. Okay, I want to see. That gave us some more occultism, right? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. We got 3 out of 5 for that. Ooh, we have 7 character points? Oh, we had mastered that and then we died. I gotcha. Yeah, because then I had dumped another point into that. Okay, never mind. Okay, so that's the nightmares. That's the ritual. Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be another entry into this, but no, it's just another, it's like a secondary entry into this. Okay, meet the Shambler. It is in Francis Sanders' private gallery that Pierce discovers the identity of the Shambler. Oh wait, didn't we read this already? Oh no, never mind. Never mind. No, we didn't. Okay, so we were at, let's just start over. It is in Francis Sanders' private gallery that Pierce discovers the identity of the Shambler, a huge artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins. When Pierce approached it, a creature burst forth from the painting and immediately chased after him. This beast from another dimension has such a hold on the mind of a person who finds himself in its presence that a simple glance in its direction is enough for Pierce to lose some sanity. Pierce finally managed to send the Shambler back into the painting using a dagger engraved with a strange symbol, but this encounter has left its mark on the psyche of the investigator. Still under the influence of the creature, he almost stabbed his own hand. Okay, and we're still set. Our psychological state is shaken, not stirred. Breviary of Medicine, Tome 3. Even a few years back, it was possible for a single practitioner to know all of the medical knowledge of his time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that this is now virtually impossible. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting together this collection. All right, so that's the end of that series, and we got a medical progression. Ooh, we're professional. Professionals on everything except for psychology. We're still amateurs. We need 4 character points for that. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Oh, we can't interact with the chessboard. Come on. Darkwater History by Harry Campbell, Volume 4. In the 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the waters surrounding Darkwater. I think we heard about that right at the beginning of the game when we first got here. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because up until then, the region was a favored refuge for cetaceans, which I believe is just another word for whales. In 1847, after months of pursuit, Scylla returns to port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew assert that the sea monster had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. Cool. Oh, are we going to be able to use this after? Oh, you don't need to duck down, dude. The background, I'm not going to call it music, but like just the background ambience here, the soundscape. If you listen close enough at points, it almost sounds like the Resident Evil 4 save room music. Or like, well, not the save room music, but like it almost sounds like a combination of Resident Evil 4 and 7's save room musics if you were to put them together.
What happened here?
Oh.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from?
Oh, there was a break-in? I didn't even know.
Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Oh, so that was blood on the door. I thought that was just the HDR being weird. Because it's been putting in like blue textures in the shadows.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
Just because you're tall doesn't mean you have a big foot.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Apparently. Oh, we can come back here. Okay.
What killed all these animals? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What
stupid
happened
one.
that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
I don't know if we need to remember that, but 539?
What the... Charles Hawkins?
Oh boy.
Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in the
That
safe.
escalated.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Okay. So...
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
I don't think we need to. I'm pretty sure we just saw it. 539. A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. What? If someone finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality, in order that they may be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. That's a really interesting way to put it. The clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. That's, if you're not familiar with Lovecraft, Miskatonic University it's a thing with Lovecraft. It's just a thing. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from your actions. Okay. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection, Book 1. The least that can be said about this book is that its title is well conceived. The illustrations of human anatomy and dissection methods presented are illustrated in great detail. You have to have a strong heart or the detachment proper to doctors to consult its pages. All right, medicine progress. Can we take that?
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
I found these sleeping pills in the bookshop. Does the bookseller suffer from insomnia?
What link
Maybe.
did you find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Elder sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch, whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones, were engraved at its center. Interesting. Wow, sold for $2,053. The Kegley Museum of Egyptian Wonders closes its doors. Interesting. Interesting. Potential buyers. And of course, the only name that isn't crossed off, I can't really read it, but I have to assume that that says Algernon Drake. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. Oh, okay, so that would be that picture that we saw before of him in front of the pyramids. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Will do. Will do indeed. Alchemy. Ah, I see you down there.
What a strange amulet.
Amulet in the shape of a
I'd better
dog.
not touch it.
A strange amulet. The pendant is in the shape of a large dog. I don't know what it represents. I might find out more by searching the bookstore. Ah, that gave us some occultism mastery. We only need 2 more. Or, wait. No, I was reading 3 out of 5. I don't know. I think maybe we might need 2 more. We're at 60%. Okay, well, let's go see. Oh, wow. That's a lot of stuff that showed up there.
Arkham editions. Never heard of them.
Oh, cool. A collection of poems by Edward Pickman Derby, also known as the Nightmare Lyrics. This collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Derby was only 18 years old. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural. So that's 9.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
The Key of Solomon. A book of spells supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon. It contains various rituals and invocations and rituals of curse. That's a weird way to put it. Reedition by Claudia D. Waits, based on L.W. de Lawrence's original. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural. So that's 4. So we have 9 for...
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Opera in 8 acts by... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, because I know I can't. An infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1798. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing. Wow, that's excessive. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology. I'm not going to read that every time.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of them.
Okay, this is a collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse. Written by Nostradamus. Ah, okay.
How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Okay, so we have...
Arkham Editions.
4.
Never heard of them. How many volumes are there in this collection?
8.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
What?
Arkham Editions.
4.
How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. How many volumes are there in this collection?
This is the same book.
Another volume by Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
That's 8.
Arkham Editions.
8.
Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection?
6.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Okay, 2. Written by Hermes Trismegistus. Translated and edited by whoever that guy is. This collection of texts on different beliefs was written by the legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, a popular text among 16th century alchemists.
Arkham Editions.
1.
Never heard of him.
Okay. An ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. This text claims that in the distant past, Europe and other continents were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover, that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Things that should not be. Really? You went there, game, didn't you? If you haven't heard it before, Metallica's got a song called "The Thing That Should Not Be." Particularly heavy song, and I love it. It's on the Master of Puppets album. I think it might be of their most of their albums. I think it's the only song that they did in a drop tuning, which was pretty cool at the time. You didn't really see that too often back then, but anyway, this is a collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilmarth, professor at Miskatonic University.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
So 3,
Arkham Editions.
2,
How many volumes are
1.
there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Okay, so
Arkham
let's keep
Editions.
track of this. 1,
How many volumes are there in this
2,
collection? Another volume
3.
by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. How many
6,
volumes are there in this
8,
collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Okay, so the missing numbers there are 5 and 9. Because we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8.
Things are not looking good. Things are not looking good.
Can we interact with it?
A kind of chalice.
This goblet seems to be very ancient. It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. The rubies and sapphires make up a specific motif. It's just 212121. Oh no, I was looking at the emeralds. The sapphires are the blue. It's patterns of 3. 2 on each side with 1 red in the middle, and they point kind of like up like an arrow. I don't know if you're supposed to get something more out of that.
Things are not looking good. Arkham editions.
Can we do anything else with these?
Never heard of him.
Like, can we open them?
How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
These books are changing. That was 2 last
Arkham
time.
Editions. Never heard of him.
A book of esoteric philosophy and a key text in Madame Blavatsky's Theosophical Movement, written by This is weird, man.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
So 2,
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
3,
Arkham Editions.
3.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Is this like messed up?
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical Movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
These Tibetan writings are at the origin of the esoteric movement founded by Helena Blavatsky at the end of the 19th century. The creator of Theosophy would have drawn extensively on the text of this work, but no one has ever been able to consult them. I thought they didn't exist. This book, discovered in the nameless bookstore on Darkwater, could be as much a fake as irrefutable proof of Blavatsky's sincerity. Ah!
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Okay, let's... I'm assuming we do that over here at the phonograph. Refill our lantern while we're at it. Yeah, sure enough. Okay, let's go cylinder 1.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Oh, do we have to count the things on the, do we have to count the things on that goblet?
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Okay, so the first one is... Okay, so red,
I finally understood that we
and then we got to
only
count the white pieces on the chessboard that
of the gods.
aren't.
Let those of us
the
who
queen.
are still standing, dear friend. I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay. So they just give us the last one.
The
So
Chalice of Knowledge.
let's start at the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're back. Okay, so 5. It's 539, isn't it?
The Queen has little protection.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. $539. That's... I don't understand why they put that there. When you go through that recreation scene, it shows you 539 on the safe. Oh. 5. 3. Yeah, sure enough. That's hilarious. They give you the code in the scene, so you don't even need to do that thing where you have to find the seals. Bro, I would have just taken that book and went back to the manor. Oh boy, that's not good. Hey, there we go. Chapter 8. In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted. A book covered in human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Oh!
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
Oh, interesting.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Well, that's
Again?
unfortunate.
But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him. "30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia.
Hypothermia?
Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated.
So what you're
His
saying...
fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky.
So what you're saying is he's like a frozen raisin.
Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
He's probably dead.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation.
Bro's
You
turning
have to-
into an octopus, man. He's growing suction cups on his fingers, and his bones are turning basically to jello.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier,
He seemed to feel better?
yes, like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie.
And that's why he kicked her out of the
appreciate your
basement.
tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
His limbs? His body temperature? I don't know what experiments you've undertaken, but this is going too far.
Oh, I sense some excitement beneath your indignation. Could it be you wish to join me in my scientific endeavors?
No,
You are a brilliant
you're clearly
physician,
nuts.
Dr. Fuller, but this man has the attributes of some kind of animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
Yes, the man's turning into
This
an
amuses
octopus.
you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this
Overreacting.
man and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
The dude's
I have
growing
to protect
suction
my
cups on his
discovery.
fingers.
These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he
Probably,
mean?
yes. I'm
It was a
assuming.
warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices.
Clearly the
My
most
word
insane
is
of
no
them.
weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Right there.
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
Well, then you're toast.
I'd rather not
Brown
think
bread.
about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
Okay, so that went on a lot longer than I expected, but we are going to call it a day here for now. And next time we're going to see what's going on here and why we're suddenly occupying the doctor. And hopefully try to figure out why this guy's growing suction cups on his fingers. So, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like these, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And until next time, thanks for watching.